Alrighty, what up? It's Shankster94, and welcome to my 93rd weekly Q&A. I'm your host, TheGamersHankster, also known as Shankster94. There's a good origin story behind that. This is a place for you guys to ask questions, receive answers, communicate with each other, have pitiful yet entertaining comment wars, even though I don't see that happening very often anymore, and witness the occasional troll get smashed or blocked, which has happened actually a few Q&As ago, so may not be done with them yet. Alright, so let's just get this. Let's see who we got here. Usual contenders. Number one Q&A contender, the one and only W, also known as Wyatt C. Then you got Tina Schroeder. You got Kevin Cole, Lone Wolf, Anthony Usury. Let's see, who else we got? See more people. Michael Cho. And I'll end it there, I guess. Alright. What's with Shankster94? What's with Shankster93? What? Alright. So, you know what? Before I get creamed and buried in questions, I need to turn on slow mode. So, I'll limit it to 60 for now. Alright, Wyatt, let's start with your usual question, but before I do that, I'm gonna start the timer so I don't forget. Here we go. Alright, so did I hear about or watch the Grammys? Well, hear about is a rhetorical question. Watch? No. Any plans for the 100th Q&A, Michael Cho? Not super significant. I definitely want both Wyatt and Manif to guest star in that one. And that one's going to be 2 hours long, easily. Just 100, the first triple digit one. Major milestone. Alright. Wyatt, what was I doing before the stream? What will we be doing after? Before, I was simply just getting ready for it. I woke up to getting ready for it. So, that's all I could say for that. Afterward, I'm kicking back for the rest of the day. This is my lazy day, Saturday. It's been a long time, Legend Motion Man. Dominic Maddox, worst gun in Resident Evil 4. The worst gun, in my opinion, is the Punisher. Yeah. Have I played For Honor, Michael Cho? No. Sup, Ace Voitex? What did I last eat and drink, Wyatt? Last thing I ate was Captain Crunch cereal, so I guess that can count as drinking as well, but if you want to be nitpicky specific, last thing I drank was water. Legend Motion Man, have I heard Mr. X won't give it to you? Probably. Doesn't give anything to you. Kevin Cole, what do I think Claire's gun in real life? You think it's the 38 special from Outbreak? You know what? It looks very similar to that. It very well could be. Alright. So yeah, I just mentioned this. On a scale of 0 to 100, how much do I like this stream's drink, which is berry-flavored Fanta? I don't know. Let's find out now that you brought it up. I haven't opened it yet. Wow. Yeah, it tastes like the typical blue raspberry or something. It tastes like Kool-Aid, almost. Alright, Michael Cho, if there was a Magnum called a Shankster, what would be my thoughts? It would probably become my new favorite weapon just because of its name. Tina Schroeder and your sister, aka Wyatt's fangirl number 1, is here too. May Wyatt please say hello, and I'm pretty sure you did already. Wyatt, what would I most prefer to eat next? See, that's a better question. What would I prefer to eat next? Probably a slice of pizza. Did I do anything for Valentine's Day? Not really. I mean, I worked, first of all, so that takes out a good chunk of the day. So, yeah. Ace Vortex, who would win in a fight? Chris or Leon? See, at their best, I feel like it's neutral. I don't think either one would win. Colin, steak and baked potato or chicken and rice? Steak and baked potato. Legend Motion Man, have I played Mortal Kombat? If not, what's my favorite character in Mortal Kombat? I can answer that last question whether or not I've played it, but I have played Mortal Kombat before. None of the newer ones, but I have played Trilogy on the N64. And my favorite character, and that is probably Sub-Zero. Yeah. Alright, what? On a scale of 0 to 100, how much would I like to drink another one of those hard-to-open coffee drinks? 0. Best and worst part about my Leon A playthrough stream? It's not good to ask that yet because I haven't finished it yet. On a scale of 0 to 100, how brutal would I say the death animation is when you get killed by Birkin's final form? 75. Also, Chris and Leon would most likely fight to a draw. Same. Kevin Cole, in my weapon review, do I think I should change any of the gun's counterpart in my weapon review description? Well, what I plan to do for the weapon review is review the weapon as regular as it is, and like, I'm not sure if I I mean, I do kind of want to review the weapon with each individual part attached to it. Because, like, but think about it. There's, like, each weapon, especially their primary weapons, come with, like, especially their pistols, come with, like, three extra parts. And you can probably put any one on first. So let's see. You got the regular version. You got with it with one part, with it with another part, with it with the last part, and then the other two, and the last two. No. And then with all three. So there's 8 different versions, probably, of Leon and Claire's starting pistols. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot. This is going to be a very interesting weapon review. Probably a very complex one. One I won't have had this much to do in a while. Probably not since Outbreak or 6 or something like that. Ace Vortex, who's the most annoying character in Resident Evil history? Yours is Irving from Resident Evil 5. Most annoying character for me is Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4. Michael Cho, who would win in a lightsaber fight, Leon or Wesker? Well, lightsaber fight? I think Wesker would win, to be honest. Tina Schroeder, do I like Hunk or Ghost more? Hunk. I'm actually not even sure who Ghost is. Alright, what? My least and most favorite emoji from the Twitter DM you sent me yesterday. I did not take the time to look at every single emoji of that picture you sent me, dude, so... But I can simply tell you my least and most favorite emojis in general. My most favorite emoji is probably the wink with the tongue sticking out, like... My least favorite is poo. If you made a recommendation for me to rank all of those emojis you DM'd me yesterday in a list of my least and most favorite, would I do it? Nope, I would not. That is an outrageous request. Dominic Maddox, Hunter Alpha versus Hunter Beta. Hunter Alpha. Spy Road Room, trucks, cars, or SUVs? Cars. Legend Motion Man, 99 bottles of beer in the wall, 99 bottles of beer, take one down and pass it around, 98 bottles of beer in the wall. Kevin Cole, do I think they made Mr. X becoming Super Tyrant was lazy? Yeah, the way they basically, I don't know, revealed him mutated wasn't as menacing as the original, in my opinion. Wyatt, yell at my girlfriend meanly every time I talk to her for a month, and I must talk to her frequently, or never do a weapon review for Remake 2. I would much rather not make a weapon review of Resident Evil 2 Remake than yell at my girlfriend. Seriously, that's an easy choice. My girlfriend, by the way, has way higher priority than my YouTube channel. Just so all of you know. Ace Vortex, you feel like Chris would blow the air out of Leon with one blow, but yet Leon has speed and athletic advantage. True, see, that's why I feel like it's even. Oh, apparently Tina did a Remake 2 DLC spoiler. Well, then I best not look at it. Michael Cho, eat a chicken raw or eat a cow raw? Neither are probably really good, but I'd probably rather go with chicken. Kevin Cole, isn't the grenade launcher in Remake the R137 with a stock? It's hard to tell since I'm not like looking at the weapons from a critical standpoint. Not sure. Wolf Gaming, what's up? Spy Red Rum, does the merchant own a truck because all of his guns, or are there multiple merchants? See, that's a bit of inconsistency in the Resident Evil series. He's one of the most mysterious characters in the franchise. If he even, it's like, do you really think he I don't know. Sometimes I question whether he actually attributes to the series canon, and he's just there as a gameplay mechanic. Is there any actual story behind the merchant? Wyatt, you're pretty sure Resident Evil 7 is the first and so far only game to actually tell us what state they're in. But correct you if you're wrong. Games like Resident Evil 5 and Dark Side Chronicles, Operation Javier won't even tell us what country we're in. That's an interesting element. Would I rather shoot at Birkin's final form with an M500 or with a grenade launcher loaded with freeze rounds that also contain ice shrapnel? Well, in that case, the grenade launcher sounds a little more awesome. So yeah, Legend Motion Man. Would I make a stop motion? That's why your name is now Legend Motion Man. Goodbye, action. Goodbye, action racing gamer. I've actually made a stop motion before. So to answer your question, yes, I could. Because I already have. Michael Cho, in reference to Wyatt. And then more on that. Spy Red Room. No, the Resident Evil 2 Remake grenade launcher is the M79. Alright. Ace Vortex. Do I feel like Resident Evil 7 takes place before 6 or 5, considering Chris is not as buff as Hulk? No, it takes place after. Easily. I think they just... He looks so different because it's a different engine. I feel like it's more realistic. Wolf Gaming, you got 6 and Orc. Well, 6, okay. Orc, good for you. Hope you enjoy it, because I sure as hell don't. What? The merchant has no known story, only fan speculation. See, that's why I don't know if he's a canonical character in the series. Colin, how would I feel if Capcom today made a spin-off Resident Evil that had PS1 graphics and fixed camera angles like the trilogy? If they today made a spin-off that had PS1 graphics, that would probably piss off a lot of people, like graphically, but be a nice throwback to hardcore dedicated fans like myself, I guess. And Wyatt with his super chat, the only content descriptor for D-Generation's R rating is for bloody violence. That's an interesting comment to attach to a super chat. Hey Rabbit, NW. would I think making the Resident Evil 2 weapons review would be difficult knowing the zombies are bullet sponges? Yeah, testing on enemies is going to be a blast. Zombies sometimes seem so strong that I could test every weapon in that game on zombies. I'm serious. Spy Red Rum. If Hunk was joining a different military, would he join the United States Air Force, United States Navy, United States Marines, or the United States Army? Did you have to put United States at the beginning of every one? But anyway, Air Force, Navy, Marines, or Army. Who would he join? He would probably join the Marines. Alright, what? Resident Evil 7 is confirmed to take place after 6. Yeah. What's a factually wrong, unfortunate, and or horrible idea I once believed strongly? I don't know if I can think of one right now. No, I don't feel like taking the time to remember one. Tina Schroeder, do I like the Resident Evil 1 remake or Resident Evil 0 more? I think, honestly, I think I like the remake more. Michael Cho, lick a piece of fried chicken sexually in front of the KFC employees or throw moldy tacos at the El Jefe food truck from the movie Chef. Probably that second option is more... I'd rather do that. Wyatt, you would say the Merchant is still canonical since he's an actual character, just a character with a mysterious origin. Well, to one his own. Ace Vortex, would I rather spend a day in real life with Leon or Wesker? Leon. Rabbit Rhett, am I going to test the knife on Legless Ellet? I don't know, Rabbit. I can't... Depending... When I start the process of doing this weapon review, I'm going to start making multiple saves probably here and there. I don't know if I'll remember to do that just because you requested it. Why, this may have been asked before. Have I ever had Monster Energy Drink? Yes, I have. Have I ever had Monster's M3 Energy Shot? No. If I had, then would I ever have an energy shot? Yes, I would. Tina Schroeder, get implanted but an embryo from G Tina or G what? I'd rather be a GU. Wolf Gaming, you finished RE Orc, but not Spec Ops DLC. You know what, Wolf Gaming? The same goes for me. I've never finished all of the Spec Ops DLC in Operation Raccoon City because it's very hard for me to dedicate to that game. Wyatt with the super chat, when you visit me, will I let you drive my car? I don't see what. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to, but didn't you say you would just have a rental? Absolute MMA. What do I think about RE3 remake being on PS5 at 4K 60 frames? That would be dope. Kevin Cole, what do I think of Annette's flare gun that shoots acid rounds? I know, that's interesting. I wish that was a weapon we could use. Spy Redrum, who would win an arm wrestling competition? Resident Evil 5 Chris Redfield versus Mr. X from Resident Evil 2 Remake. Mr. X, unfortunately. Wyatt, when you visit me, if you did something stupid and landed us both in jail for a week, what would my reaction and thoughts be? You and I would be on the off for a while. Wolf Gaming to Wyatt, so I'll let him answer. Kevin Cole, what's better, ACR or AK-12? I'm not a weapon fanatic, so I'm not super able to answer that question very well, but in my personal opinion, I'll go with the AK-12. Tina Schroeder to Michael, so let him answer. Ace Vortex, get punched by Chris or Jake Mueller. Jake. Wyatt, from worst to best, can I rank the following games based on enemy variety? 4, 7, Remake 2, and 0. From worst to best on enemy variety. Alright, 7 is the worst when it comes to enemy variety. 0, Remake 2, then finally 4. 4 probably has the best enemy variety out of those options that you provided. Also, if I won $500 million in the lottery, would I expect you, or if you won that, would I expect you to give me some? No, I wouldn't expect anything. 0 equals 1 expected all, while 100 would give 100% expect something. Obviously, this is a 0 to 100 scale. No, I would literally be expecting 0%. What you do with it is your choice. It's your money. Omar Yesser, when will I make all weapons in Resident Evil 2 Remake? Obviously, Omar, you haven't seen one of my recent posts on YouTube. Or, never mind, that is a legitimate question. When will I make? It's really hard to tell. I need to get done streaming Resident Evil 2 before I even start that project. And my free time these days is even more limited than it ever was, like maybe this time last year. My content creating is going to be so slow these days. The only way it would ever speed up again is if I could thrive off YouTube, which will never happen unless I get like 10 unless I get 10 people like Wyatt. That's the only way it would work. And I'm starting to fall behind because Wyatt's taking advantage of his mod status and doesn't wait a full minute like he should. Wyatt, did I watch those funny ad videos you sent me? If so, what are my thoughts on them? I probably didn't. Because those random videos you DM me on Twitter, man, like, 9 times out of 10, I just don't have the time to watch it. And then I forget about it, so I never do. Like, those aren't your recommendations, so I'm not obligated to watch them. As for your recommendations, I haven't done either of them yet. It's getting harder and harder to dedicate to anything other than, like, my personal life. Also, if you paid for my plane ticket to come visit you, but you insisted that it be on my birthday so I'd celebrate it with, so that you could celebrate with me instead of my girlfriend and family, would I do it? Nope. Legend Motion Man, have I known any games by Rockstar? I do have I have all the Max Paynes and a couple Grand Theft Auto games. So yeah. Michael Cho, hunt down leprechauns with an AA-12 shotgun or turn Easter rabbits into roadkill to eat. Hunt down leprechauns. Rabbit Rhett, do I hope they have evasive maneuvers in Remake 3 like in the original 3? That would be really nice. Wyatt, have I completed either of your 2 recommendations? I guess I already answered that question. Kevin Cole, who would win, Birkin or that one chick's brother who turned into a G from D-Generation? I know what you're talking about. Definitely Birkin, since he's the OG G. Ace Vortex, do I think they'll ever bring Sheva back? They could one day. I don't see why not. Wyatt, mutate into a fat molded or mutate into U9? Well, U9 was a concept. I don't think it was ever brought to fruition, so I'll do fat molded. What? Also, the following 3 questions are all lookup questions, so I'm aware. Well, good. Thanks for the warning. I got Google Images ready to go. Alright. Kevin Cole, what do I think the shotgun in Remake 2 is in real life? It looks like a sawed-off Mossberg 500. Not too sure, really. Once again, I'm not as big of a rep and buff as I might seem to be, so I can't guess the names of weapons based on what they look like, unless it's very obvious. Wolf Gaming, you only have the Spec Ops prologue, not the rest of the mission, just the prologue. Gotcha. Omar Yasser, which Resident Evil game do I love the most and which game do I hate the most? Well, that's an easy question. My favorite game of all time, it's gonna be Resident Evil 2 Remake at this point. I'm pretty sure it does seem a little better than the original now. I'm playing it about 3 times now, and I'm really enjoying it. My most hated game is Umbrella Corps. But if you don't regard that as a Resident Evil game, which some people don't, and I still question it, then it's Operation Raccoon City. Alright, Wyatt, here we go with the loadouts. To survive the Anubis Fat Molded Apocalypse. A Hynel RS9. Dang it. Hynel. Okay. Or Lobave DVL-10. Alright, now let's see the rest of your loadout. So the Hynel, a tablet loaded with enemy information such as weaknesses, but nothing else. And 1 Resident Evil 4 green herb plus Remake 2 blue herb. Combinable with each other. Well, what's the difference between a 4 green herb and a Remake 2 green herb? That's not a different combination. Or Lobave DVL-10, a key to the warehouse full of supplies 12 miles away, and 2 Resident Evil 4 flash grenades. I'd probably go with the first loadout and that. What did I drink recently, Omar? It's Blue Fanta. Berry flavored. Alright. Patriot Ordnance Factory IAR. Jeez. You asked a Patriot Ordnance Factory before, but maybe this is a different model. IAR. Knights Armament LMG. Between those 2 things. To survive. To survive the Reaper plus Crimson Head Apocalypse, and I most specifically consider imagine the fact that Crimson Heads were all originally Marat clones and vaguely resemble him. That doesn't change a damn thing for me. He's turned. I have no other opinion about him, so knock off putting subscriber names attached to your enemies, because it doesn't make a difference to me. So I must not. You don't make the rules, Wyatt. I do. So, to survive a Crimson Head and Reaper Apocalypse. That's it. I'm going with the Knights Armament LMG. Spy Red Armor message retracted. Kevin Cole. This is the last what do you think is in real life. What do I think the modified shotgun in Remake 2 is in real life? You have no idea. It's a trench barrel. I don't know. I don't know, Kevin. Like, I actually don't really care. Michael Cho, have I watched How To Basic? I've heard of that channel. I probably have seen a couple videos here and there. Why, Curtis Miller iOS is the name of the guy who mutates into a G-Monster in Degeneration. Yeah. And last lookup question, 1956 Tatra 603. See how irked I get with these lookup questions, Wyatt? Like, I don't know why you continue with them. That is a weird-ass looking vehicle. Or 48 Citroens. Oh my god. Okay. I've actually would probably go with the 48 Citroen 2CV. Spy Red Room. What Magnum do I want as a DLC gun for Resident Evil Remake 2? As a DLC gun, the Smith & Wesson M500. Legend Motion Man. What will I do if I hit 10k subs? You mean when I hit 2,000 subs? Let's be real. I will eventually hit that milestone. I don't know. I mean, I have pondered over that a couple times here and there. I mean, I don't do a whole lot for milestones. I one time did something. I did a random thing for 7 years on YouTube, even though that's 7 years. I don't know what. That's not much of a milestone. 10 years might be something better, but for 10k subs, I really don't know what I can do other than make some sort of compilation of past videos. I don't know, because I don't have the resources to like provide merchandise or unboxing or giveaways or anything like that. I know that would be the noble thing to do, but yeah, it's just I don't have the resources for that, and I'm not popular enough to do that, really. Ace Vortex, would I rather make out with Claire or Helena? Helena. Wyatt, is the question will or when will I make a Remake 2 weapon review kind of a new have I watched Vendetta yet? Which was more annoying. We'll see, have I watched Vendetta yet? It was only annoying because I hadn't yet, so I had to keep answering no. Remake 2 weapons review, or when will I make, that's undetermined, and there's no way I can predict that. So, it's hard to say which one is more annoying. Okay, will I make a weapon review? That is the most annoying question. Will I make Resident Evil 2 Remake weapons review? If you watch this channel at all, you should know the answer to that question. That's the point I was trying to make in those couple posts that, I'll admit the first one was probably a little strong worded, especially at the end. But no, that's just how I feel about it. And a couple people call me entitled, but I don't feel like entitled is the right word to use. I'm not entitled. I provide... It's the people who ask who are entitled because I'm making the content for free. Anyway, enough about that. Michael Cho, would I watch Two Girls, One Cup for a straight week or look at a picture of random people for a straight month? Look at a picture of random people for a straight month. Alright, I am going to increase the slow mode because I'm probably super behind now, so we're going to go to 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. Wyatt, I'd appreciate if you follow that rule too, but you probably won't. Okay. I'm not super behind, though. Alright, Wyatt, the following question is kind of a long two-parter, but I must read it all. If Resident Evil 8 costs $100 and locks all the weapons, items, outfits, etc. behind randomized loot boxes, then I must pay for $5 for every loot box, what would my reaction be? Assume grinding in the game to get stuff without paying would take an insanely long time and be near impossible, and that the rate of good items in the loot boxes would be really low, mostly given useless crap. My opinion would be Resident Evil is the shittiest game ever. That didn't take me very long. You lost me at the moment you said that I must pay for every loot box. Rat. Do I think the zombies are resilient because adding Crimson Heads would have been masochism? Possibly. I'm amazed they didn't bring back Crimson Heads for RE2 Remake. Michael Cho, what color is more attractive on a dress? On a dress? Black. Tina Schroeder, you have an idea. In case I don't know what Two Girls One Cup, I do know what it is. No, Tina. Because I've already seen it, so it's not a reaction. Omar Yasser, what would I honestly prefer Resident Evil 7? What would I honestly prefer? Resident Evil 7 or 2 Remake? I would definitely play 2 Remake over 7 now. Alright, what? Be dishonest and scam people out of money, but be rich, or be honest and treat people fairly, but be poor and broke. In the first scenario, I would be able to give my girlfriend anything she wants. In the second scenario, can't give her much of anything in a strange relationship. Well, I'm not going to scan a bunch of people to make my life easier, even if it involves that. That's just wrong. Spy Red Room. What would be a great promotion for a Resident Evil game? A custom-made soda bottle, or custom-made soda bottles, Resident Evil themed monster energy cans, or badass cinematic trailer of a game. What would be a great promotion for a Resident Evil game? A badass cinematic trailer. Yeah. Also, Wyatt, if you made a recommendation to watch an incredibly dull and boring instructional video that was many hours long and had to do with a complicated, outdated piece of computer software that I'd never heard of and never used, would I? Nope. You seem to know the answer to these questions, Wyatt. Anthony Usury, who would win in a fight to the death? Mr. X mutated old school or William Birkin in his third form? Honestly, I think William Birkin would still come out on top. Why, if you moved to California, how much would we hang out? It depends on where in California you move. If you move to SoCal, I probably wouldn't hang out. I would hang out just as much as if you just stayed in New York. So that's still a long ways. Omar Yasser, which would I honestly prefer, Leon or Claire? Leon. Colin, think Capcom could add an update to give infinite ammo by going to options and in a code like in the original. Could disable achievements, trophies, or net records. That would kind of be cool. At the same time, these days, easy God mode cheats like that don't seem to exist anymore. Even though I kind of wish it did. What, if you made a recommendation for me to sit and stare at a blank wall for 4 hours straight, would I do it? You would have to film myself doing it and prove it. No, I wouldn't. I have the option to decline recommendations. I even think it states that in the Patreon reward. I mean, I probably made that I made that change recently because I thought one day you might get outrageous with your recommendations. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, see, in the reward for $50 and beyond, I said I'll view or watch one recommended piece of content of your choice each month. In parentheses, I said I can choose to decline it if I'm very uninterested, however. So yeah, keep that in mind, Wyatt. I can choose to decline. So take careful consideration. Think about my time. Think about convenience. Think about, yeah. Anyway, Michael Cho, what Resident Evil game should you get for your sister and I? 5 or 6? Okay, well, between those two games, plot-wise, Resident Evil 6 has a better plot. Gameplay-wise, I got a lot more hours out of Resident Evil 5 than I did 6. But see, 6 does have a little more interesting gameplay mechanics, like slides, quick time events. They are overabundant in 6, but yeah. It's really tough for me to decide for you, Michael, which one you should get. I would say over time just end up with both, but which one should you get first, I guess? Damn. If I had a chance to buy Resident Evil 5 or 6 again, which one would I do? I'd honestly say I would get 5 first. There you go. Kevin Cole, what do I think of not bringing back the bowgun in Resident Evil 2 Remake? You know, I noticed that, and I'm kind of glad they did. I'm kind of glad they didn't, because the bowgun in the original Resident Evil 2 wasn't anything to brag about. Basically, it was just an alternative secondary weapon to me. Alright, Tina Schroeder, what would I do when I couldn't kick trolls? I would just ignore them. Would I ever record an entire day of my life and upload for it to watch? See, that I've actually has crossed my mind before. I don't know, though, because it would be revealing a lot about my personal life. So, ultimately, no. I probably would never do something like that. Not the entire day. But, like, I might... If I ever get a GoPro or anything, I might just... I might give you a tour of my house. I don't know. That's been brought up before. Spy Road Rum, if Albert Wesker joined a military, what would it be in? Army, Air Force, Marines, or Navy? Wesker? Wesker would probably be Navy. No particular reason why. Wyatt, who's my internet provider? Yours is Spectrum, so is mine. Michael Fortesk, when am I going to play Fourth Survivor? After I'm done with Claire B. Ace Vortex, would I rather quit YouTube or quit Resident Evil? Well, the thing is, I've basically quit Resident Evil already, because these days I only play it for YouTube. So it's kind of a paradox there. If I quit Resident Evil, or I should say this: if I quit one, I quit both. Either way, if I quit Resident Evil, the YouTube channel stops. If I quit YouTube, Resident Evil basically stops for me. But so I guess in that regard, maybe it is easier to ask. I would rather quit YouTube, because Resident Evil will still exist even without YouTube, but it would just take time for me to get back into it. While if I quit Resident Evil, my main channel at least dies, because I've made it apparent that it is a Resident Evil only channel. Tina Schroeder, Julia, your sister, I guess, asks, what is my dream job? To be... probably to be the main editor in the film industry. To be an editor in the film industry. I would like to edit major motion picture films. But I'm not stone set on that goal to where I'm doing anything right now to pursue it. Wyatt, be thrown in Brew Umbrella lockup for 6 months with Chris as my crew jailer, or be thrown into Terra Save lockup with Claire as my crew jailer. Terra Save with Claire. Also, which reunion would be more epic, Angela and Leon or Jill and Parker? Jill and Parker. Which would be more epic, Chris and Jessica or revived Wesker and Leon? Weirdly, Leon and Wesker never met, you're pretty sure. Although they know about each other. More epic, Chris and Jessica. Kevin Cole. What would I take versus Mr. X if he can die? A Matilda with extended mag and the laser sight from the Killer 7 Magnum Resident Evil 4? Or a Browning high power with 2 burst fire and with enhanced ammo? I'd probably go with the Matilda with extended mag, etc. What? Suddenly become Ada or suddenly become Sheva? Ada. Spyrotum. Have I heard of Bakugan? Yes, I have. I never watched it though. Rabbit Roulette. As you normally say, take my time with my videos. Look forward to Dead Aim regardless. Yeah, I know. Once everything Resident Evil 2 Remake is finally finished, then I finally get back to the full plays. That is also months away at this rate. It's gonna be years before I'm done with the full plays entirely. We're gonna be in the next decade before that happens, for sure. Probably as far in as the middle of it. Why, suddenly become a girlfriend or suddenly become you? These are just weird, dude, and unrealistic. But I'd rather be my GF, I guess. Have I ever encountered a word in a Resident Evil game that I didn't know and I had to look up? Yes. Cornucopia. Specifically. I actually remember that. I didn't know what cornucopia was until I looked it up. And it was in Revelations 1. Because I believe that's a skill or an upgrade for weapons. Cornucopia. Another word was albeit. Kevin Cole, what job did I want before YouTube? I basically just said it. I would love YouTube to be my career. I would be set. I would be making I would be content creating pretty much every day if I could live off YouTube. I'm dead serious. Or I'd always be working on something. What did I know that Resident Evil is sometimes shortened to Resi? For example, Resi 4. Yes, I did. And RE. What makes me crankier, being tired or being hungry? Crankier? Probably tired. Michael Cho, would I be triggered if anyone were to say that Ashley would end up with Leon? Yeah, I would. Because I know deep down that is an actual possibility because she sort of hit on him at the very end of Resident Evil 4. But no, I'm pretty sure his heart is set on Ada. I would hope so. Then again, look at what happened in Degeneration with Angela. So it's like, now I'm conflicted. I want him and Ada to end up together. But there's competition, no doubt. Rabbit Roulette. What is my opinion of Spyro Remake compared to Crash Remake? Well, I personally like the Crash Remake more just because I played Crash more than Spyro in my youth. So my opinion of it compared to Crash, say it's... Well, it's not really fair to compare them. They were made for the same purpose. They both came out in trilogies. I just don't play it. Why I could make a live stream of my life private through Patreon or something, and invite only diehard fans to it. Even diehard fans, I would be unsure about that initially. Also, 33 Novistadors versus Jack Baker's final form in Ethan's scenario. An Ethan scenario, huh? The 33 Novistadors. Spy Red Room. What's my favorite fruit snack? Fruit Gushers. What? Mr. X versus Jack Baker's End of Zoe scenario. Mr. X. Kevin Cole, who asked the most annoying question to me before Wyatt? Before Wyatt? It was just overzealous, a couple overzealous fans, like, it's hard to say now. But there were people before Wyatt who, like, who commented on practically everything, kind of like he does. Except they were a little more original about it. Wyatt. Thoughts on if Resident Evil 7 had additional DLC released for it that was a short scenario of Billy in the present day where he encounters molded in a different part of the US but dies pathetically after a while. The death would be a fully canonical scene. Well, obviously I would hate it, Wyatt. See, that's why I don't understand why you even ask these, because you know the answer. You just want to... I think you're just trying to get a reaction out of me. Omar Yasser. What would I prefer, Albert Wesker or Ada Wong? Ada Wong. What, grossly eat really saucy chicken wings in a Q&A while I'm shirtless, or grossly eat sloppy joes while shirtless? In both scenarios, I would spill food all over sauce and look disgusting. Well, between sloppy joes or saucy chicken wings, I would probably go the chicken wings. Spy Red Room. What military would Jack Krauser and Nikolai join in? Army, Air Force, Marines, or Navy? Jack Krauser would definitely be Marines. Nikolai would probably be Air Force. Tina Schroeder. Contest. Julia and your name are just nicknames, shorter versions of your real names. If I can guess your real names in one turn, you will donate $100. No joke. Yeah, well, you confidently make that bet because you know I'll probably get it wrong. So you're saying Julia and Tina are short for... are shorter versions of your full names? The thing is, I didn't know... well, I guess Tina can be extended to some stuff. Julia, though, I didn't know could be extended. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna guess Platina and Julianne. Let's try that. Platina and Julianne. Or Juliana, for all I know. I don't know. I don't know if that's even close. What, isn't it weird that Manif has been kind of absent recently? He's not here today, and he wasn't here for the Leon A stream. He might be having internet issues, I don't know. Trivia question. What is the name of the island in Revelations 2? This is really tough. Yeah, I've forgotten about it. I just know Alex Wesker is the overseer. Least to most terrifying. Ouroboros Makono, Ouroboros Ahiri, and the Durga, also known potentially as the Durga. Least to most terrifying. I'm gonna go Ouroboros Makono, Durga, then Ouroboros Ahiri. Ace Vortex. If I were Leon, who would I be most attracted to out of all the women that he's met? Ada Wong, easily. Also, which catchphrase would I rather use all the time in my videos on my channel? I've been Shanksterized, you've been Shanksterized, or that was Shanksterific. God, cringy as fuck. You've been Shanksterized. You've been shanked is a lot better. What? Have I ever been to Compton? Hell no. Who do I dislike more? Remake 2's Annette Birkin or Jessica? You know, Remake 2's Annette Birkin is pretty bitchy, and I really don't like how she acts. But Jessica is more turncoat bitchy, so that actually affects me in a bad way. So, yeah, I still dislike Jessica more. How often do I eat soup? What? Not very much. Maybe like 5 times a year at most. Kevin Cole, the island is a Russia word. He most likely worked at. Yeah. Omar Yasser, what is my real name? Well, that's very up forward, or straightforward. Up front. But I've revealed it before. I have a direct link to my personal Facebook page on the channel, so. But I'll let you navigate to that before I just blatantly give you my last name. I'll just give you my first name. My real name is Shane. And it actually has a Y in it. It's spelled like this if you go to the bottom of the chat. But yeah. Alright. Trivia question. What is the actual name of Javier Hidalgo's final form? Hell if I know, hell if I care. If you made a recommendation for me to give up all forms of pizza and lemonade for a month, would I do it? What would I have to do to prove to you that I did that? Would I have, like, because I could probably still get away with it. I could probably still do it and claim that I did. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's no way for you to know for sure if I do it or not. But realistically, I can do that. But it's like just as a recommendation for your Patreon for a month. It's not a good enough reason for me to not do it. What? If you started to work for an evil, shady company that was similar to Umbrella and started helping them create horrific, or you like BOWs, would our relationship continue? It depends. If you were shady, well, yeah, like you said, evil, shady. It depends on what you did with those BOWs. If you started selling them to the black market like Umbrella did, or whatever, no, it would not continue. Spy Rotor, least favorite and favorite handgun from Resident Evil 4. My least favorite handgun in Resident Evil 4 is the Punisher. My most favorite is the Red 9. Robert, what? It was it tense having Sherry Birkin escape irons? Yes. I like that part in the new game. Omar Yasser, why don't I stop asking questions? Oh, wow. Omar doesn't seem to like Wyatt. Be careful, Omar. Wyatt is the one and only W is a mod, so he can do stuff to you. Like, in terms of the chat. He can put you in a timeout. He could simply delete your comments, but yeah. Which branch of the military would Spy Red Room join? The Army. Wow, what? Real original. I'm not even going to bother answering that. Shusistvani would have never known. If my city's name was changed to Bluing, what would my reaction be? I see what you did there. I'd be like, the mayor's retarded. If the Raccoon City incident never happened, do I think Leon would have worked his way up to chief of police? Possibly. Possibly. Oh, Christina and Juliana. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't even think of Christina. Oh my god. Alright, well, keep your $100. What? If I was playing Resident Evil 4 and Leon broke free from my controls and looked at the screen and started talking to me like a real person, how much would I freak out? All those movies where unrealistic things happen and the people initially freak out and run in terror, I wouldn't do that. I would actually indulge the situation and keep grasp on reality, and I would actually communicate back. See, Spy could answer that question for himself. What? Easiest non-boss enemy in Remake 2. I just realized there's only like 2 minutes left in the chat. And Omar just got timed out for 300 seconds, which is more than that. So, good job, Omar. You ticked him off, and you basically got miss out the rest of the Q&A. But anyway, what easiest non-boss enemy in Resident Evil 2 Remake? The easiest one is definitely the Cerberus. Those things are pretty easy. Have a weak right knee in the Novicidor Apocalypse and having trouble finding handgun ammo in Resident Evil 4 Islands. Or have trouble finding handgun ammo and the Resident Evil 4 Island Soldier Apocalypse. These are just getting way too random and intricate. Like, they're getting annoying. Have trouble finding ammo. Javier Hidalgo's final form is V-Complex. Didn't know, didn't care. Kevin Cole, what would I take versus Chainsaw Ganado? A dual M16s or dual flare guns that shoot acid rounds? Definitely 2 flare guns that shoot acid rounds. Least to most terrifying. Lost Plagas Outbreak in Reading, Ouroboros Outbreak in Reading, or T. Veronica Outbreak? T. Veronica. Drown or have someone suffocate me with a pillow? I'd rather suffocate with a pillow. Would I rather die by flying out to visit you, but a huge hole is torn in my plane, I get sucked out of the plane and die upon impact of the ground, or get ripped apart by the dark? I'll probably just hit the ground. From 0 to 100, what do I think the video quality is from my recent 2 Facebook posts showcasing the local weather? And that's the timer going off, so the last question I'm going to answer is funniest enemy in Remake 2. Good for you, Wyatt. You got it in just in time. Alright, so the questions need to stop right now. Alright, so let's now catch up. Because we're actually not too far behind. It's just Wyatt asked fucking like 6 questions in a row, like he always does. One day, Wyatt, like, I'm almost not even joking. If you catch me on a bad day and you do that near the end of a stream, like I don't like you doing, I literally might time you out. I'm not answering that last question, Wyatt, because the timer already went off. Or because I already decided what the last question was going to be. Anyway, the question that I was answering was best and worst thing about, or no, from 0 to 100, the video quality. It came from my phone, which I feel like is pretty good, so I'm going to give it an 80. Do I ever track, pay attention to the weather? I have no choice but to track and pay attention to it because I direct a newscast every day, Wyatt. And best and worst thing about my 2 Facebook videos showcasing the local. The best thing was just interesting to see snow where I live. The worst thing is what came from it. My favorite iPhone, Kevin, is the one I have right now, the 8 Plus. From 0 to 100, what do I think the sound quality? I'm just not gonna bother answering those anymore because I think those are stupid. Spy Red Rum, what mutant monster would what mutant monster will win? Mr. X versus the Yawn. I think the Yawn's gonna win. Last question from Rabbit White. Was knowing Wyatt a magical adventure? No. It's not a magical adventure. Tina Schroeder, you're in the gambling mood, so if I can guess how many siblings you have, you will donate $100. There's no way to know that. I know for a fact you have at least one, but see, I have no idea. You haven't mentioned any others. I don't think you have anyway. But I'm just going to throw a random figure out there and say you have 2 siblings. What? Last question. Funniest enemy in Remake 2. The funniest enemy? the funniest enemy is probably Mr. X. Because apparently sometimes if you shoot his head off, he'll actually be looking for it. So there you go. Alright, people. So that's going to end this week's Q&A. It was good. I'll admit. I haven't really drinking a lot. I don't need to. I don't need to drink as much to keep my throat clear these days. Maybe my throat's just getting used to it finally. But anyway, I'm going to... Damn, you have 3 siblings. So I was... Yeah. Tina Schroeder... So you're in a gambling mode, but you're not in a donating mood, huh? I have to get something right before you donate to me. I see how it is. Okay. Alright. Well, anyway, this is Shankster94, aka The Gamershankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Follow my links down at the bottom there. Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. Shout out to White Chatron and Carlos Aranda for me and my 2 patrons on Patreon. And I will see you guys in the next Q&A and the latter half of Leon's scenario. His first scenario in Resident Evil 2 Remake. Alright, peace out.